As Portable started diabolic ritual against VeryDarkMan, when Portable decided to go around and start sharing money and buying things for people, just because of the law and for it not to be defamation, I would say, Nigerians, think about it. First of all, I'm a Yoruba guy and a deep Yoruba guy. And a lot of people do not pay attention to what Portable is doing, regardless of the fact that he shows everything he does live. Recently, Portable had a fight with a VeryDarkMan because he assaulted a particular individual who Portable claimed was owing him money because the guy was previously one of his promoters. But for whatever reason, Portable saw the guy and they started assaulting the guy while it was being taped and put and fixed online. Social media got all these things and VeryDarkMan had the information, and so VeryDarkMan decided or made a challenge to Portable to stop it, or perhaps even said he's going to pay the guy's hospital bill and then he's going to send the police at Abuja to come for Portable. Perhaps the police in Lagos State or the one in Ogun State are not going to go after Portable because of his connections. But well, I will tell you that we need to be realistic. As a Yoruba boy, I know for sure that Portable is doing something underground. And also I'm aware that VeryDarkMan also is into stuff like that. You can call it diabolical things, but I wouldn't call the one of VeryDarkMan so far diabolical. I would say it is our culture and our tradition. But for Portable, can we say the same thing, that Portable is doing things for culture and tradition? And you ask yourself, if VeryDarkMan decides to be good, it is because it is his personality. He's trying to share to the world, he's trying to share to the people, he's trying to just make a statement for himself and for the people and maybe just hate oppression. But whenever Portable make decisions to go give, Portable give for only one damn reason: to appease the gods and to challenge anyone who wants to fight against him, so the gods and the voices of those people spiritually can stand for him against that person. And of recent, another one happened where Portable just made another video where he's moving around buying gifts for people and buying all kinds of things and sharing money to those people. And some people might say, oh, it is a stunt, he's just doing it so that they would not say things about him. Probably Portable, VeryDarkMan would see him as, oh, maybe he just made a mistake, he has goodness in his heart. Some people would say previously Portable has been doing that and been buying things for people. But the same guy is showing you every single time that he goes to do rituals. And in the rituals of one of the recent one he showed, where he showed the AJ box, there's what we call AJ box. Now in that box, he put some money there. If you are a true traditional, cultural Yoruba person, you will realize that when you have what we call Igba Aje, you most likely would put money in it and you most likely will go around to give money to people. Now, let me tell you something. There is a consequence to this. The consequence is mostly going to be that certain people are going to pay the price. But because of the hunger of the land, it is difficult for you to advise any Nigerian. Let me give a little short story about what happened in one person's place. Not directly my family, but in my extended, now my family is safe 9 day. There was one of our uncle, and that uncle tends to be the elder brother of somebody in our family, very close. I've been there to do all the days and the rest of it. This man was living in a 3-bedroom flat, and he was struggling. He was a driver who drives all these big bugs somewhere at Igondo. A very prominent figure was my uncle. Now, because of the struggle, this man one day just woke up, I don't know, and he went into fetish things. They called me, one of my uncle, he called me several times for ritual for more than a year when I was going to his place. Regardless of the fact that I knew he was somebody who was hardworking, but one day the thing shifted in his mind and he went into the diabolical things. And let me say this, there's a diabolical side of it, there's a cultural side of it, there's a traditional side of it. And so for me, it is kind of difficult for an average person to distinguish between cultural, traditional, and diabolical for a lot of people who are just in the name of Jesus, who have Jesus Christ syndrome, which some of us might call it a white supremacy mentality. Fela Nicola Bokuti will call it Kolo mentality, colonization mentality. But in this, our uncle that went to do one of the fetish things, he loved to give to his family, but after he does those diabolical things, there are certain types you do and you can't give the money to anybody. Our uncle, that uncle, he gave money to certain individuals. Most of the people he ever gave money to, most of them lost their life. My mother tends to be the last born of that our uncle. He loved my mother so much with everything. And then my mom was broke at some point. My mom went to meet that my uncle. And you know what my uncle told? That uncle told my mom? He said, I cannot give you. Do you know every single time you ask me for money and I'm not giving it to you is basically because I love you and I want you to live long? The rest is story and the rest is history. I wouldn't go more deeper than that. But for VeryDarkMan, you need to know, say, if you do something. Well, I know VeryDarkMan is a deep spiritual guy. But for all those people that Portable is buying things for, if you have a family out of them and you love those people, you better tell them. Nobody understands that the African culture and the African spiritual path can be diabolical, that you can exchange glory or success or future or stars or things like that. And it's kind of ironic that even we as the African culture, the things we used to practice, that we know them, but all because of these touches, we ignore the reality of the possibility of what can happen. But for the one Portable is doing currently, he has done the one most times. One of the things he does is he does the one that brings his glory every single time. The only thing that is making Portable misbehave is because he cannot control the success that he has. But the worst one now, the one is actually sharing things for people. After this matter of him and VeryDarkMan, it is not to catch clouds. Yes, he loves catching the clouds. It is VeryDarkMan. Just open your eyes and be careful. Not everything has to happen from human to human. Something just happen accidentally. So be strong in yourself, and that is only what I'm going to tell you as a guy. With that being said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, like and share. My name is the Man of Thought, aka the Villain of Truth, aka the Black Panther of Nigeria. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's move. See you in the next one. Adios, amigos. Bye bye for now.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.